Hey guys, today I'm interviewing Hishiro. Hishiro, how are you feeling?
Great, and you?
I'm pretty good. Again, thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. Can you tell us a little bit about your Shadowverse history since we've been playing the game for so long? I know that you didn't go to Worlds last year, but you've gone to Worlds in a previous year. Can you tell us just a quick sort of summary of your Shadowverse career?
Yeah. So I started the game back in Wonderland, in Wonderland. I started to play competitive in around 2018. I made my first top 8 in a DreamHack Tour in France. Then I went to a World Championship and did a top 8 in 2018. In 2019, I was third in the rankings of Euro, and I lost in the pace of Contenders Cup. And in 2020, I topped twice in SVO. I became a regular coach in the system, and I will go to Contenders this year.
Okay, so having been to Worlds before, your goal is obviously more than that, right? If you got in top 8 at Worlds, what is the next step? What is the plan for Hishiro?
Winning.
You want to win the whole thing?
Yes.
Okay, obviously, I respect that. What is the plan? How do you get there? What does your training look like? What are you doing to make that happen?
Well, the last time, my goal was top 4, and I fought and I fought at top 8 just before that. And now, I think if I think about defeat, I will not go as far as I want to. I think I should just forget everything and just do my best, play my best, and just see how far I can push my limits. So I'm always thinking of the present tournament and how well I can do at that tournament, and not thinking too far. So for now, I'm only thinking, how can I win Contenders?
Yeah, so just having the mindset of you're going to just win. I think that oftentimes if you set a goal that is not that, once you reach it, like, oh, hey, I got top 8, then it's easy to, after that, just fall, right? So I like you having the goal of just winning. Now, last year, Contenders was just EU and we had PAM. This year, we've merged the regions as the West. Do you feel like the Shadowverse Open was harder this year?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely was?
It's just no, it's a very big consolidation of a lot of skilled players, and also this time we have like a top 8 for like 200 of people, and we have like 60 people that just have the level to top every time if I want to, if I get a bit lucky, and in the run. So, and we had a lot of new faces too, like the S5 AJ, the are Anonymous that I didn't really know before, and that got very high in the rankings. We also had Noir and Azercloud, the previous WGP players that are now first and second, so they're really proving that they are the best of the new Fuse region now. So yeah, it's both the formats that became more difficult and the conversation of good players. It made it very difficult tough for me, and I had a lot of fight tools run where I was just one game away from making the top.
Yeah, you're saying, Astro Cloud and Noah are very consistent, but from my perspective, you're very consistent. You've been at the top of the standings, not 1 year, not 2 years, 3 years in a row now. So, last year, Contenders Cup, we had 8 players and 1 qualified to go to Worlds. This year, we have 16 players, but there are 3 open spots. Do you like this format better?
Well, I went to World Grand Prix because there was 3 spots, and basically all I did was 2-0, was win 2 rounds, and I got
Yeah.
with Contenders. So it's I'm kind of happy that we get a second chance at Contenders, and not just like last year where it was only the first place, and I just lost my first match to Breaking and came back home. So I'm more glad that it's that way. I think that the first 2 people in the rankings could deserve to go for next year. But,
You think, okay, the top 2, like this year, Asher Cloud and Noir should both just auto qualify?
Yeah, because you saw how close it was between the 2 of them. And I think it's really rewarding to be on top of points playing all the season. than just be at that one tournament. But of course, you have to deserve to go to the contenders, and that's still a great achievement. But I think we could deserve we could get one more spot for top of rankings.
Can you tell me a little bit about your team, Revelation? I know that you guys are constantly at top of the standings. You have a ton of great players. Tell me a bit about how having that team to helps you, stay so consistent and be the top player.
They provide a lot of memes, and they keep my mental sane.
Okay.
That's for the joke. Now, really, yeah, Team Revelation is at the same time one place to hang out for VSSV players, and just to have fun, to communicate, and it really feels like a great family. And it's also made of strong players with strong opinions on things. You can easily get a specialist on one class or one deck and ask them, okay, what do I have to do? Can I watch to play? And yeah, it just feels like a big hub of cool people hanging with each other. And I'm really happy to have joined it, but 2 years ago now.
Yeah, it's great because, when the team has so many constant players, you could really see the results of, the training, how you guys work together to get there.
Mm.
Is there any special training, anything different you're doing to prepare for contenders? What does your practice look like? Are you grinding ladder? Is it scrimming your teammates, scrimming other teams? What does it look like?
For now, we are not really preparing contenders because we need to wait for the new expansion to hit.
Okay.
We'll probably do scrims with the two other qualified, so Vaipo and Sai, and just play out Battle 5s as the other members, what decks are good, what decks are not good, talk together about what can work, try out for myself on ladder for decks I think I can play well and learn them.
Do you think you do better when it's the start of a new expansion? Like contenders, like you're saying, you can't prepare now because the expansion isn't out. But when it comes out, you're only going to have maybe 10, 11 days to prepare. As opposed to like, say, the last SBO where, you're playing this match for 3 months now. When do you think that you do better as a player?
If I watch my results, I usually do better on the first month. When there's only 2 weeks of a real preparation, and I got to test all the decks because I invest the time in it, and I get to think a bit more about the decks that can go well. And you can build like a time advantage or a deck building advantage over some people, but you cannot have in month 3 because in month 3 everyone knows the deck, the meta is solved, everyone knows what to do in their games, so it's very hard to get an edge like that.
Yeah, I could say that, from the spectator standpoint, from the commentator, it's really exciting when the expansion is brand new because we haven't seen, the high level action before. And yeah. I know a lot of people would say like, I only get 2 weeks to prepare. But I also think that favors the people that are, great deck builders and can like quickly adapt to the meta. And it sounds like that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, at Contenders last year, we met. And there was one thing you said to me that I really appreciate. You came up to me and you were like, hey, you do a great job commentating, but my mom's going to be watching at home. And when she watches, she's not going to really understand, what's going on in the game. So sometimes it's better for the commentators to just make it simple or easy to understand what's happening, right? Like, hey, Hishiro looks like he's in a great spot. He's likely to win, or he's struggling and he's not doing well, And
I noticed you say that type of stuff more often now.
Yeah, because it's a little thing where you saying that, like I take that to heart that you would come up to me and say that, and it makes me personally like when I approach the commentating, like I know that sometimes when you guys are watching it like Team Revelation, maybe the analysis is not as in-depth as you want it to be because my skill as a player is only so far and you guys are obviously better than me at the game, right? But it's also my job to make sure that the casual players, the people that are not masters of the game, can watch the tournament and be entertained by it, right? So basically, I guess what I want to say is thank you for saying that to me because I do appreciate that and I feel like it did help my commentating. So thanks for that.
That's Yeah, that's a good thing. And yeah, I did notice that you adapted to that. And yeah, it's all about finding a balance between having the advanced commentary that advanced player will appreciate, and having something that casual that will just get hype about
Yeah, for
when they
sure.
get to that.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself outside of Shadverse? You know, are you a student? Do you work?
So I'm a student at ESA Games, video game school, where I'm learning
Okay.
game design and programmation. This is my third year, and after that I will have a bit less time for Shadowverse, so maybe I will retire from the scene.
Okay, well, I
I
guess you
did,
better win this year, right?
yeah, exactly. And yeah, my goal is basically to become a game dev, independent if possible.
That's really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there like a
Uh,
specific? I mean, obviously, you know, we're playing a card game here. Like, in your mind, do you want to make a card game? Do you want to make something specific, or are you just sort of learning the basics of everything?
I think I really enjoy card games. I will make one in my life once I get a really cool concept that I can defend and make other people play. For now, I'm more concentrating on the platformers and RPGs, things that are kind of story oriented, and yeah, it's a bit hard because you have to evaluate what's the project you can do by yourself and what you can only do with a big team. So I'm more looking for getting more experience in big companies before I get to my personal projects.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, from the perspective of a game designer, since that's what you're studying, what do you like about Shadowverse from that perspective?
Um, what I before I was playing Hearthstone, and what I really loved about Shadowverse and made me quit Hearthstone for this game is the evolution mechanic.
Yeah,
Makes it that every game is different, and every card you have, every follower you have, you can play it in a different way. You can make it stronger and adapt to the current situation and your current hand. And yeah, it's very decision based, and just the flexibility of how you can put your own style, evolve aggressively or defensively, um, to kind of yeah. Just make it so that it's your game. It's your place. And of course, I love the art style, the anime art style.
yeah. Do you like anime then too as well?
Yeah.
Okay, what is your favorite anime of all time?
Megami-sama, Ame Goddess.
Can you say it again?
Megami-sama.
Okay, I don't think I've seen it.
It's a rom-com. It kind of shaped me when I was younger.
Okay, I mean, I like the romance too, so I feel you there.
Yeah. Then, well, I have this idol master figure of Iori.
Okay,
I have this from Macross Delta.
okay,
Yeah, oh yeah, that's my Remulia plush
that's from
from Toro.
Okay, yeah.
Sure, I will not show all of my room, but and also the Monogatari series, Railgun, just to name a few.
Okay, well, that sounds really cool. Thank you so much for doing this, Ishiro. I really appreciate it. It was a blast talking to you. Is there any shout outs you want to say? Anything you want to say to the people?
Shout out to Team Revelation and my two teammates, Sai and Vapo. Good luck, guys, for contenders. Shout out to Hiyashiki. Hiyashiki. Congrats for the win, and she's a Marisa lover too, so I had to say something about this. And yeah, to my parents and to my school if I happen to watch that.
Okay, well, thank you so much for doing this. We'll see you at Contenders Cup. I know you're going to do great. It would be really cool to see you go back again to top 8 worlds, maybe this time even further beyond, right?
Yeah, I will do my best on that.
Okay. Thank you, Ishiro.
Thank you.